So, one of the best things that EFT is known for and good for is releasing challenging emotions or allowing us to process and move through challenging emotions, challenging experiences, stress, all those things. So, today we're going to go back to basics and we're going to do a couple of rounds on releasing emotional pain. So, challenging emotions can scare a lot of people, whether it's fear, whether it's guilt, shame, anger. These what we might consider negative emotions are things that we often resist, and what we resist persists. And when it comes to emotions, when we resist these emotions and suppress them or try to suppress them, they don't go away. That's not what happens. Emotions are energy. And when we start to think of emotions as energy, then we can think of it, we can lessen maybe the charge that they can have, or the personal attachment that we can have to them. So when we think of any emotion as energy, and we're thinking about a challenging emotion, we can think of it as energy that just needs to move. And EFT is perfect for that. It can release and move this energy that shows up maybe as anger, as fear, as whatever we're dealing with, and then we can use EFT to start to reprogram and start to think and tune into, well, what do we want to feel like? If we're not going to feel anxiety and stress and all these things that are not so great, then how do we want to feel? So many of us are very attached and we're very accustomed to feeling a certain way. And sometimes that way isn't always the best, but it's what we know. It's what's comfortable. So today we're going to try to shift that. And if you're new to tapping, you can always go ahead and check out some of my earlier videos. It explains what tapping is, how to do it, why it's beneficial. And also, if you're new, I always say this, but tapping is always done best when it is specific and unique to you. So if what I'm saying as we're going through the rounds doesn't resonate, please, whether you're saying it out loud or in your head, use the words that fit you. That is what is going to make it feel like it is doing its best work on your body, on your emotional experience, and just your experience in general. So go ahead and tune into an emotion that you might just be challenged with right now. It's something that maybe feels particularly acute. Maybe there's a situation in your life that's causing you to feel a specific way, and it just kind of feels stuck. And that stuckness can feel like a physical sensation in the body, or maybe it's an emotion that you're just constantly dealing with that you have, that is kind of like your comfort level, your comfort zone, but you don't really know how to move through it. So let that come to mind. And if it's not attached to a specific situation, that's fine. And if you don't have a word for it, that's also fine. Maybe it's just an overall kind of feeling. So just go ahead and tune into that. And go ahead and rate on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being I don't feel this at all, 10 being like this is really intense. Go ahead and give that feeling, that emotion, a number. We'll come back to it at the end. And then you can go ahead and start tapping on the side of your hand. And again, just tuning into that emotion, sensing if it's somewhere in the body, maybe it's in your chest or your stomach. And if a situation comes to mind, you can go ahead and bring that to mind as well. And go ahead and repeat after me, either out loud in your head. Even though I'm dealing with this emotional pain, I honor how I feel, and I'm open and willing to accept myself exactly as I am. And continue tapping on the side of the hand, even though I might be experiencing some challenging emotions and emotional pain. I honor how I feel. I honor my full experience. And I'm open and willing to release some of this emotional pain today. And then last time on the side of the hand, even though I've been dealing with this emotional pain, and it's felt really challenging, I'm open to having compassion for myself, honoring myself exactly as I am. And I'm open and willing to release some of this emotional pain today and create a new emotional experience for myself. And go ahead and start tapping on that eyebrow point and repeat after me. All of this emotional pain. Moving to the side of the eye. All of these challenging emotions. Moving underneath the eye. I can feel it in my body. Moving underneath the nose. Maybe I feel a discomfort in a certain part of my body. Chin. Maybe this emotion has been here for a long time. Collarbone. Or maybe there's a specific situation that's causing me to feel this way. Moving underneath the arm. But I hate this feeling. Moving to the top of the head. It's really challenging to accept that I feel this way. Moving to the eyebrow point. I don't want to feel this way. Moving to the side of the eye. Sometimes it feels like I can't handle this emotional pain. Moving underneath the eye. Sometimes it feels easier to ignore it. Moving underneath the nose. Sometimes it feels easier to try to suppress it. Moving to the chin, but deep down, I know. Moving to the collarbone, that neither of those are healthy for me. Moving underneath the arm. And maybe I can start to shift this. Top of the head. Maybe I don't give myself enough credit. Eyebrow point, because maybe a part of me has been saying, moving to the side of the eye, that I can't handle this emotional pain. Moving underneath the eye, maybe a part of me has been saying that I cannot deal with or process these challenging emotions. Moving underneath the nose, and I'm choosing to give a voice to this fear. Chin, that it's too scary to tune into this emotional pain. Collarbone, because maybe there's a fear that if I actually feel what I'm feeling underneath the arm, that it'll never stop. Moving to the top of the head. Or maybe there's a part of me, eyebrow point, that's just used to feeling this way. Moving to the side of the eye, maybe there's a part of me that doesn't want to shift out of this emotional pain. Moving underneath the eye, because it's become my comfort zone. Underneath the nose, maybe I'm so used to feeling this pain or this challenging emotion. Chin, that it feels scary to feel any other way. Moving to the collarbone point, whatever the reason may be. Moving underneath the arm, I'm giving it a voice. Top of the head, not to enforce it. Eyebrow point, but so that it can release out of my body. Moving to the side of the eye, And the more that I tap, moving underneath the eye, and give this emotional pain in my body a voice, moving underneath the nose, the more that I am healing my nervous system, moving to the chin, and releasing this stuck energy, collarbone. So the truth is that while I tap, moving underneath the arm, I actually am dealing with this. Top of the head. The whole time that I've been tapping and talking about my emotional pain, eyebrow point, I've already started to shift it. Side of the eye, maybe it doesn't have to be as hard as I think it is. Underneath the eye, maybe I don't have to be as attached to it as I think I have to be. Underneath the nose, it's safe for me to release this emotional pain. Chin, and as I take a deep breath in here and release, I allow my body to relax. Collarbone, and I start to think about the emotions that I would like to feel instead of the emotional pain. Moving underneath the arm, maybe I'd like to feel more joy. Top of the head, maybe I'd like to feel more pleasure. Moving to the eyebrow point, or maybe I just want to feel more calm. Moving to the side of the eye, but whatever it is, moving underneath the eye, I give myself permission to release my emotional pain. Moving underneath the nose, and I give myself permission to feel more of what I want to feel. Chin. And if my emotional pain comes back, moving to the collarbone point, that's okay. Moving underneath the arm, I know that I can handle it. Top of the head, because I'm doing it right now. Just go ahead and stop tapping and take a deep breath in and release. Good job. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for releasing what is ready to be released so you can feel better, so that you can show up in the world better. And if you need to go back and do that round again, excellent. And if something popped up while you were tapping, a memory, a vision, something that needs to go a little bit deeper, go ahead and continue tapping after this if you have time.